Welcome to the Lady Landlords podcast, where we empower women to gain financial independence through real estate investing. I'm your host, Becky Nova, founder of Lady Landlords. If you're ready to buy, manage, and grow your real estate portfolio, then let's get started.
Today, what we're going to be talking about is how you can actually use the Lady Landlords community to speed up your process of buying your next rental property, right? We now have over 55,000 women in the Lady Landlords Facebook community. And I get it. I had started out when I joined other communities, other Facebook pages, started listening to other podcasts, and I was like, great, I'm here, I joined this thing, what do I do? Well, this year, my goal is to get women into action. My goal for 2026 is to help more women than ever before be able to buy and scale their portfolios. So, since we're focusing on action, I wanted to do today's episode all about the different resources and what we have here that will allow you to be able to scale and move forward. Okay, I don't want you just coming in and sitting on the sidelines and just lurking, but let's actually talk about what you can do to move forward, because it's not information that creates results. It's action, it's engagement, it's follow through. And I think that's really what's most important. Now, I shared about 2 weeks ago on our Lady Landlords podcast episode all about really where Lady Landlords came from. And I'm not going to go back into that today, but my goal with starting Lady Landlords was to get us to a place where we have a group of women around us where we can really get information and ask those questions, okay? This is a space for us to really be able to learn, to be able to ask questions without judgment and get quick answers to be able to move forward, to be able to build our confidence, to be able to get support, and to be able to take action. The goal of Lady Landlords was not to come in and just read posts and listen, sometimes they're really fun, I will say, and sometimes there are situations that you're like, oh my God, I have to see what happened to this. And I totally understand. I enjoy reading those too. But if you came into Lady Landlords, you're probably looking to buy a rental, scale your portfolio, or improve your tenant management systems, okay? So sitting on the sidelines and not doing anything about it is not really what we're there for. Collecting information that you're just never going to actually use or implement is also not there. And just feeling like, okay, if I just read some more posts, if I just watch, if I just follow along a little bit more, and all of a sudden there's going to be this epiphany that's going to tell me, great, now I know enough, that's not going to do it for you. It really is a space where you want to be able to get in and utilize all of the options that we have and really utilize our group. So let's talk through what you now have available to you and where is the best space to be able to do it, because we have a lot of different things going on at Lady Landlords, and I want to make sure that you're aware of them so you can really plug in and utilize them in the best space, okay? First space, if you are watching me over on Instagram and you are not in the Lady Landlords Facebook group, that is the place to be, okay? Our Lady Landlords Facebook group has, like I said, it has over 55,000 women in it across the United States. We also have quite a few Canadians also in that group. But that is your best place for being able to start to plug into other Lady Landlords, okay? Great place to be able to ask questions. Let us know what's going on in your portfolio. Get quick answers. See what other people are doing with their portfolios. Talk to other women that are actually in this business doing these types of things. So it's great if you are a beginner saying, I don't really know what's involved in this. I don't really know how to do it. Is this even really a thing? It's a great space to be in that community. I'm going to add a caveat to that in a second. But it's a great place to be because you can get answers from other women that are actually growing their portfolios right there in real time. The caveat that I'm going to give you is, do remember that in our Facebook community, most people that are making posts, it is because they have some type of situation going on that they do need support for, okay? What I mean is, you're not usually going to see a post that says, hey, January 1st, all my tenants paid, everything good, cool, see you next month, right? Is that great? Yes. Is that what we want to hear? Absolutely. And is that what's happening for most landlords? Yeah. But we are really a help group, okay? So you're going to see a lot more situations of, hey, one of my tenants didn't pay. Hey, I got a partial payment. Hey, my tenant had this crazy situation, okay? Because we are really there to be able to support people and talk through the situations that aren't always just black and white answers. Okay, so do keep that in mind when you come into the group. I've heard from some of our members when you do come in and you see post after post after post of situations that are happening, that sometimes that could be a little bit scary and sometimes that could be a little intimidating and turn some people off from the idea of landlording. Do know that's why we have the group, is to troubleshoot what those problems are and what those situations look like. So come in, ask your questions, make a post, okay? So I'm going to ask you guys at the end here, your action step from today's topic is to put down in the comments a keyword, okay? So if you are a person that is just saying, hey, I'm just starting to sort this out, I'm just trying to learn about maybe this landlording thing and aren't necessarily involved in it, I want you to put group down in the chat. That tells me that you're going to commit to making a post about your situation. It could be literally, hey, I'm new at this, what is the best piece of advice you have for me? Okay, but if you are new and you are committing that this week you will make a post in the group and get out of the lurking space, out of the just reading space, and start to really plug into the community, put the word group down in the chat. That is your keyword if that is a situation you are in. The next thing that we have is every single month we do have some type of training, workshop, class, something like that within the Lady Landlords community, okay? So those are things that anybody in our community are able to plug into and utilize them, okay? We actually just did Maze a few days ago. We did a private lending workshop. And when I use the word workshop, I am saying that we actually got on the call, everybody was off mute, people had their cameras on, and we were there to work. Not information, not, hey, here's what a private lender is, here's how to be able to work with them, okay, cool, let's talk about another topic. No, we actually built out scripts. Okay, we built out scripts. What are we going to say? We built out lists. Who are we going to talk to? We talked about what are we going to offer? What are we saying to these people? We talked about a slide deck for a presentation of our deal analysis. We actually built what that slide deck looked like. All of those different pieces were built out and put together on that call, right in that workshop. Sometimes we do trainings or classes. Last month we did a class all about the different types of creative financing, okay? Sometimes they are classes, but really those trainings, those workshops are for skill building. Those are for, hey, I've always really been interested in private lending. I'm not sure how it works, but it's something that I want to get more information on, and I want to figure out how it's going to apply to me in that situation, okay? So that's our training. So every single month we have something going on. Like I said, that was Maze. We did that private lending workshop. Next month, coming up in June, we are going to be talking all about tenant screening, okay? This is a big topic in Lady Landlords. So on June 30th, we are going to be having a tenant screening workshop. Once again, we are taking action right there during that call. So put the word tenant down in the chat if you would like to commit to joining that training on June 30th. But what we're going to be talking about there is all those ideas of what you should have in your listing, what you should use if you're going to be using a pre-screening questionnaire, how to do an application, how to set credit scores, how to follow up on those applications, how to have somebody move in, what your security deposit, your pet fee should look like, emotional support animals, ESAs. We get so many questions in the Lady Landlords Facebook group. We are also going to be addressing that. So once again, here you are picking group if you're saying I'm going to commit to making a post, especially if you are new. 2, if you are interested in learning about tenant screening, put the word tenant down in the chat, and then that way you'll be now plugging into one of our trainings. I encourage you to take a look at the offerings that we have every single month and see what applies to you and come. It's a great way to grow that skill and feel more confident. Even if you don't have a tenant right now, even if you don't have a rental, it is still a great opportunity to come and learn about what you will need to have so that way you can feel comfortable and confident when you do get to that space. We also host networking events, and this is for anybody that's looking for that conversation, anybody that's looking for relationships. At the very beginning, when we started our portfolio 8 years ago, after the very first property, I started going to a lot of networking events. I was trying to figure out how to scale, and I wanted to talk to other people that were doing it. To me, it was important to connect with people that had done what I wanted to do and see what they were doing. In real estate, Real estate investing has been around forever. We do not need to recreate the wheel. All we have to do, there's no secret new strategy of something that's going to work that somebody hasn't come up with. I'm sorry, but that's just the case. But what that actually means is it is easier for you to be successful in real estate investing because you don't need to create something new. You just have to plug in to what has been working for others for hundreds of years and just do the exact same thing that they did. It's one of the few industries that works in that nature of just a rinse and repeat type concept. It's one of the reasons I love real estate. So if you were saying, hey, it's time to be able to meet some other people and really take these relationships that we're building in the Facebook community, take those offline and actually get in the room with other people, this is the space for you with our networking events, okay? If you'd like to attend an upcoming networking event, your action step, your key word for your homework here today is to put the word networking down in the chat box, okay? Within networking, when I first started going to networking events, to be honest, I walked into some of these rooms. I was usually the only woman there. Maybe there were 2 or 3 other people there. I felt really alone in that situation because either I couldn't really identify with a lot of the people in those rooms, and then I felt like, I will never forget, I was down in New York City, and my friend Krista and I went to a networking event, and it was at this really fancy kind of restaurant. They had some of the best food, open bar. The thing was an event, and interestingly, it was actually free. But I remember we were talking to just random people there, as you do, and as my friend Krista will tell you, I'll pretty much talk to anybody. So I said to her, I said, okay, Krista, pick out somebody you want me to talk to in the room, and I'll go start a conversation with them. And Krista was like, okay, that person. And I'd walk up and I would ask this person what they did in real estate, and they just would tell me what they would do, but not actually tell me what they would do. They made it sound so complicated. And it was usually men, and they were usually older, and they were usually wearing suits. And I got to be honest, I felt like the entire time they were just trying to keep it a secret what they actually did. And I really did not enjoy that. And I remember I did the same thing with Krista throughout that night. I was like, okay, Krista, that guy was boring. Let's go find somebody else. Point to somebody else for me. And I felt like I got a lot of that gatekeeping. And I was pretty direct with people, being like, hey, I really need you to break down what exactly that job title means. Telling me you're a relationship manager, an operations manager, like those things don't really mean a lot to me. Tell me what you do. I can't figure out how we can work together or piece things together without that idea of really truly understanding what it is that you do. Especially, I was completely new in real estate at that point in time, and I wanted to really change that. So coming up on June 4th in the New York area, we are going to be having a investor event for Lady Landlords. This is going to be in person. We have not done a Lady Landlords in-person event in a few years, so I am very, very excited about this. But I also don't want you to come and just stand around a room and be feeling really awkward with who else is there or who to talk to or what to say to them. So I'm going to make sure to curate that conversation for you, okay? I'm going to make sure to get you introduced and make personal introductions to other people in that room that will be a fit for you to be able to grow and to be able to get what you're looking to get out of it. Some people might just say, hey, I just want to meet some other women in real estate and know that I'm not alone in this, just like I was looking for. And you also might be saying, hey, I actually need a lender. I need a realtor. Becky, put me in touch with somebody that can show me some properties tomorrow. So whatever it is that you're looking for, that's really what we're attempting to connect you with at that event. We also have Chicago coming up at the end of July, and we have a couple other meetups that are coming up over the next few months. So once again, if you are looking for connections to meet other people for community, put the word networking down in the comments here, and I'll make sure to get you the dates and find a location that will work for you so you know that you are not alone in growing your real estate portfolio. Lastly, the next step, that if you are somebody that are saying, hey, I'm ready to get moving, I want to be able to move faster, scale faster, grow. And also, if you're a person that's saying, I don't really want to do this alone. I want to have other people around me that are growing, that I can bounce ideas off of, that can walk me through possibly some new skill sets or using different types of financing that are going to be new, and talk through situations of, I don't know if I should buy A or if I should buy B. That's actually, you would want to look at joining our Inner Circle. Our Lady Landlords Inner Circle is a program for only those women that are really saying, hey, now Now I'm ready to go. I have some monies in the bank. I have the ability to move forward. I have the time. I have the commitment. And this is really something that I value, okay? We've had, I will say, within our inner circle, the want to grow, it really makes a difference, right? That is something that we look for members, and this is kind of it's got to work on both sides to join our inner circle to really decide if this is a fit. We pour a lot into our inner circle members, not just me as the person that runs the community, but our other members are there to support you, are there to grow. And if you are not in a place to say, hey, I want this for me, honestly, it's then not a fit for you, because you can't expect me, our community, our group to pour into you, to bet on you, to lift you up when you are down if you're not willing to bet on yourself. But if you are saying, hey, I'm willing to get uncomfortable to get comfortable moving forward, I am ready to be able to scale, I want something different, but I just don't know how to necessarily get there, the inner circle could possibly be a fit for you. So if that is something that you're saying that I need some help with some strategy, I need some help with some financing, but I know this is for me and I do not want to let another month, year, 5 years. I can't tell you how often I talk to members and they say, oh, I've been wanting to invest in real estate for years. Well, if that's you, change it. You have the control to do that. Real estate is not that difficult, but it also takes commitment. It takes time. It takes energy. This is not mailbox money. We have to show up. We have to commit. But this is something that every single person can be successful at. But we need to have a plan, and we need to follow through and follow those steps. So if you're a person that's saying, hey, with a little guided support, I know I can be successful at this, put the word chat down in the comments. Let's have a conversation, and let's see if the inner circle is right for you. If not, totally cool. I'll point you in the right direction of what is. Okay? So you got group if you're going to make a post. You are going to put tenant down if you are ready to join our next training series that will be all about tenant management and tenant screening. You're going to put networking down if you are interested in our upcoming meetups. The next one will be in New York on June 4th. And also you're going to write chat if you are interested in learning more about how to get personalized support for your portfolio and join an elite group of ladies that are working every single day to grow their portfolios towards financial stability. Okay? Now, best way to use our community. When you come in, if you're watching me over on Instagram, go join the Lady Landlords community. First place you want to be able to start, ask questions. Okay? I understand coming into community, it could be hard. I don't want people to judge me because I'm new. We were all beginners at some point. Start asking questions, okay? Start getting the information that you need to be able to move forward. You do not need to wait until you feel ready. I will guarantee you will sit there and consistently be like, maybe I'll be ready next week, maybe I'll be ready tomorrow. And those are the people that are now telling me 5 years later that they are in a spot where they're like, oh man, I really wish I invested when interest rates are really low. Oh, well, now sale prices are too high. Listen, we don't know what's going to happen tomorrow. There's a strategy for every economic benchmark. Where we are now, we just need the right strategy to fit where the economy is, and we can still be out there buying. That is what our inner circle members are doing, and you could do it too. I also encourage you to show up, engage. If you're going to come to a training, if you're going to come to a networking event, follow through. This is something that you're saying that you want and that you want to be able to move forward to. So if you're going to commit to yourself, be honest. Say, am I really going to come to this? Is this something that I am really ready to move forward with? And if so, follow through. If not, ask yourself why not. Figure out why and figure out where it is within your priority to be able to focus on where your portfolio will be. All right? Otherwise, last thing just want to mention, once again, over this next month, we are going to be talking also about how to fill those tenant vacancies. So do make sure, if you do not already, make sure to go over to Instagram and follow me there, as I will be sharing day by day what my step-by-step process is. And hopefully we will get that unit rented. I have about 15 days before the end of the month, so let's see what that looks like. So please do make sure, if you would like to join that, put tenant down in the comment box, and I will make sure that we get you registered for that. All right? Last thing, if you would like to share, I would love to hear what is the number one thing that you would like to use the Lady Landlords community for over these next 90 days. Are you looking to get your first property? Do you just need to learn about financing? Are you working on tenant management? Let me know so I can continue to curate our trainings over this summer every Wednesday at noon Eastern Standard Time, so I can make sure to curate what these trainings will look like specifically for you. All right? Thank you very much for joining me today. Please do make sure to hit that subscribe button if you are listening to the Lady Landlords podcast, or if you are watching us on YouTube. We release new episodes every single Tuesday. Thank you so much, and I will see you all next week for the next episode of the Lady Landlords podcast.
Thank you for listening to the Lady Landlords podcast. If you're feeling stuck in your real estate investing journey, visit lady-landlords.com to book a 15-minute orientation call with me and see if you're ready to join our mentorship program. Or you can subscribe to our newsletter and join our Facebook group for exclusive real estate investing tips and offers. Invest with confidence. Become a Lady Landlord today.